Good morning. We have already completed first topic in Unit 1, the living world. Second topic, which explains 5 kingdom classification based on phylogeny by Robert Whittaker, where organisms are broadly classified into 5 kingdoms. We have discussed general characters and classification along with some economic importance of Monera, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Third topic is also completed, considering general characters of kingdom Plantae, including 5 divisions like algae with general characters, classification, economic importance. Then Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, it is always better to compare these two and learn. This will give you the efficient answer which will attract complete marks. Gymnosperm and Angiosperm you need to compare. So it is always better when you compare Bryophyta with Pteridophyta, you will definitely get some differences along with similarities. When you compare Gymnosperm with Angiosperm, here also some differences with similarities. So let us consider third topic is also completed. Moving on to the most important part in Unit 1, which includes animal kingdom. We belongs to this kingdom. So before I begin animal kingdom and its classification, I will just tell you the brief account how the animals are categorized and further classified. Animals basically eukaryotes, multicellular. The cells of animals are without cell wall. They don't have plastids, they don't have any photosynthetic pigment, so they are purely heterotrophs. They don't have vacuoles, even if they are present, they are small. They have sensation more stronger than any other groups. It is due to sense organs. They have special motility ability due to muscles. They can bring about coordination between more than 2 tissues because of nervous system. These words are new, as we have not used in earlier few topics. Other than that, animals can move. It is locomotion ability. Animals can easily adapt to the surrounding change. This is the evolved consciousness as we compare to Monera, Protista, Mycota, Plantae. To learn kingdom Animalia, let us establish 7 steps. First step, if you see body of the animal, it is made up of cells. There is one group in kingdom Animalia where cells are aggregated. It is a group of cells forming an animal body. This we call cellular grade of development. There is only one group showing this kind of development. Here, cells are involved in carrying out various functions like protection, absorption, respiration, and so on. Later, the evolved groups in kingdom Animalia, where animal body made up of tissues. So there are 2 groups where we can see the tissues are formed. The tissue are capable of performing the functions. Next evolved group have organs which is made up of several tissues, and further organ systems. So there are 4 levels in organizing animal body: cellular grade, tissue grade, organ grade, and organ system grade. We will give examples later. When we see the entire body of the animal, cellular grade will have minute openings on the surface called pores. Tissue grade animals, they have only one opening at the anterior side. Whatever they want to take in, same opening. Whatever they want to give out, same opening. Inside this opening, there is a cavity surrounded by the body wall. Further, when we see organ and organ system, there is a specific system called digestive tract. It is surrounded by a cavity called coelom. Coelom is a body cavity, and then it is surrounded by body wall. So central is the digestive tract, there is a cavity and then body wall. Like this we find three body plans: cell aggregate plan, blind sac plan having only one opening, tube within tube plan. Recall ball pen. There is a refill representing digestive tract and its outer covering, okay, which gives protection to that refill, and refill gives protection to the ink. Clear? Like this. Digestive tract surrounded by the space and then body wall. This is tube within tube plan where animals have two openings. Anterior opening is mouth and posterior opening is anus. So there are three body plans I told you. Coming to next. When we say tissue grade organization during embryonic development, now what exactly embryonic development is? In animal kingdom, most of them they reproduce sexually. In sexual reproduction, they needed two gametes. These are sex cells, male gamete, female gamete. Now these gametes are produced in gonads. Gonads are sex organs. The male gonad is usually called testis or testicles, and female gonad is called ovary. Animals, either bisexual having male and female sex organs in one body, or unisexual where sexes are separated as male or female. So let us consider bisexual or unisexual animal where gonads produce gametes and gametes undergo fertilization to give zygote. So zygote is a single cell from which a multicellular animal body develops. Now this zygote undergo division. There are several divisions occur where one cell become 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, 8 become 16, 16 become 32. This we call cleavage. By cleavage, the single celled zygote, it transformed into a hollow ball-like structure called blastula. During blastulation, the compact mass morula. So initially what happens when zygote divides giving two cells, they are very close. Two cells divide giving four cells, even they are very close. Four cells divide, they are giving 8 cells. So 8 celled mass is compact. This we call morula. As 8 cells become 16, they start moving apart and they leave a cavity in the center and they become hollow. So dividing cells will form a layer around the cavity. So this hollow ball of cells we call blastula. So development of cavity in this multicellular mass is known as blastulation. So transformation of morula into hollow blastula we call blastulation. Further, blastula is having single layer of blastomeres. Blastomeres are actively dividing cells. Now the gastrulation begins. You have to imagine here, right? All actively dividing cells around the cavity, okay, they converge at one point, they invaginate, they diverge and they involute. I used 4 words. From various sides, actively dividing cells are moving to a common point. This we call convergence. As the cells are gathering here, they are increasing their number, the cavity start pulling the cells. That's why the cells start invaginating, right? As the cells invaginating, okay, they move from common point to different areas. This we call divergence. And after divergence, they will spread and forming the inner layer. This we call involution. So convergence will help in invagination, divergence will help in involution. Transformation of single layered blastula into triple layered or double layered gastrula is known as gastrulation. I explained embryonic development here. Now 2 layers of gastrula, 3 layers of gastrula, we call germ layers. When there are 2 layers, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. When there are 3 layers, outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm and inner endoderm. Now what the germ cells will do? They differentiate into tissues. Now the third criteria, where animal body is made up of tissues. Tissues deriving from 2 germ layers we call diploblastic. Tissues developing from 3 germ layers we call triploblastic. So animals are broadly classified as diploblastic or triploblastic. Further, the body cavity, when we consider as the organ and organ system grade is evolved, there is one group, they fail to develop the coelom because the body is flat. We call such animals as acoelomates. So flat bodied with organ grade of development, they are not evolved further, so they remained flat. Next to that, the animal body shape changed into cylindrical elongated, developed mouth and anus. Here they developed a cavity, but it is not properly separated. This we call pseudocoelomates. Coelom is there, but it is false, not bounded by peritoneum. Clear? This some words you definitely not follow in first class only, but try to remember these words. Later, the next evolved group, they developed a body wall, they developed a true coelom which is lined by peritoneum and then digestive tract. These are well developed animals called eucoelomates. So depending upon the coelom, acoelomata, pseudocoelomata and eucoelomata. Further, animals are either segmented or unsegmented. Unsegmented we found in pseudocoelomates, segmented body which is equal, that we call metamerism, okay, in Annelida. Like this, when I'll take that particular group, I'll explain again these features later. In primitive animals, the nervous system is on the ventral side. During the course of evolution, the nervous system shifted to dorsal side. So to give support to the nervous system, a rod-like structure, it is a solid structure developed along the dorsal line. It is notochord. So animals without notochord, non-chordates. Animals with notochord, they are chordates. In much more evolved group, notochord replaced by vertebral column. So we call such animals as vertebrates. Let us revise at the end of the session. While learning kingdom Animalia, please remember these criteria. Number 1, organization. I told you 4. Cellular grade, tissue grade, organ system grade. Second, body plans. Cell aggregate plan, blind sac plan, tube within tube plan. Third, I told you germ layers. Germ layers either diploblastic or triploblastic. Then I told you about coelom. 3 groups I specified: acoelomata, pseudocoelomata and eucoelomata. Number 5, segmentation. This segmentation is either not found or present, equal or unequal. There is one more. When we consider symmetry of the animal, a single cut passing through only one plane divide animal body in 2 equal parts, we call bilateral symmetry. Multiple cuts passing through any plane dividing animal body into equal parts, it is radial symmetry. And then presence or absence of notochord. So 7 criteria you need to remember: cell organization, body plan, germ layers, symmetry, coelom, segmentation and notochord. With this brief introduction, I will complete today's session. In this, you need to remember coelom and types of animals. You need to differentiate diploblastic, triploblastic. You should know what exactly notochord is and where it is available, in which group of animal it is present. These questions are repeatedly asked. With this, I will conclude. Thank you very much.